All right, so in this video we're gonna be talking about All right, in this video we're gonna be talking about how Somali parents in particular, right, or even ethnic minorities, they limit their children when it comes to creative careers. Rather, they would rather their kids study something like medicine or engineering or being a lawyer of some sort. But when it comes to like anything creative, they say, you know, study something worth studying. So what is your view on that, guys?
I you know, yeah, I agree to an extent. However, I also think the parents have a. What's so funny about that?
You know, the two you speak to, you do engineering, I do medicine.
Well, that's true.
No,
you didn't really pick up.
You speak.
Yeah, exactly. So
exactly. What do you think, Mussa?
Alright, so basically, I study computer science, and I do see myself as a creative, right? If I can say that, it sounds weird saying that, but okay. But I get it. Like, I get what you mean. Like, I probably would say I would love to get into like something more creative rather than like computer science. Even though I love computer science, don't get me wrong, I didn't study it just for the sake of studying it. I actually loved technology and all that kind of stuff. What would I say? If my kid wanted to, then okay, I'd say I'd like it. If my kid wanted to go into something creative, then I would help him. I'd literally be like, yo, what do you want to get into? As long as he knows 100% what he wants to do. I don't want this half-hearted stuff. Like I wouldn't help him if he's half-hearted. If he's curious, do that in your spare time. If you're curious, do that in your spare time. But if you are serious and willing to put in the hours, then yo, I'm there for my kids. Like,
so your kid says to you, I want to do art, for example.
Art, right?
Or I want to study David Beckham.
I want to study David Beckham
at the University of Bournemouth.
No, but come on, that's not enough for creative, isn't it?
Alright, dancing.
Dancing is not creative as well, bro.
It is.
It's not.
100% is, bro.
Dancing is creative. You have to be very creative to dance.
Okay, let me just slow it back down. Okay, creativity now, yeah, when it comes to making stuff, then I'm cool with that.
That's
okay, what about like drama? Like he's trying to become an actor.
You're trying to become an actor?
Yeah.
Well, that's a hard one. I'll tell him to do it. I'll say do it in his spare time.
So now you went from I'd support him to now do it in your spare time. I don't think this is.
But I did say if he was something that you see, that's a hard one, man. See,
bro,
drama is such a hard one.
Exactly, bro. You're 16, you just finished school,
yeah,
and you think drama is what you want to do for the rest of your life. You get me? There's a lot of kids like that. Kids are confused sometimes.
Right.
Maybe in 5 years they don't change their mind. Maybe they do. But your 16-year-old comes up to you and says, but I want to do drama.
Right.
Yeah, and what are you gonna say?
See, I would support him until he realizes.
You would less that, like.
Until he realizes that's not what he wants to do. Because I know what you mean. There's a lot of kids that like bounce. This is what I did.
Mr. Be real, bro. You wouldn't.
Let's be honest.
You real.
I real talk. I was trying.
You'd veto that one time, bro.
I would, but I'd be like, you know what? I'd sit down. I'd call the wifey over. I'd be like, give us your best performance right now. And if the guy's sick.
No, but that's why he's going to drama school, so he can become sick. Obviously, he's not going to be sick now.
Listen, there's something called a natural talent, bro.
All right, okay. Your dad grabs a computer. Oh, you're creative. Go on, then. Show us what you got.
Yeah.
I'll put out the most banging video and be like, yo, pops.
Apply that to chemistry, bro. Would your dad give you a chemistry test because you want to do chemistry?
Exactly. It's a bit harsh.
It doesn't make sense.
I will tell you what I think.
Let's digest. Let's digest why parents do this.
I'll tell you.
Go on, because of the money, innit?
No, it's not only because of the money. I will tell you, our parents are old school. They're not familiar with all of these weird subjects. For them, it's completely bizarre that performing arts, drama, computer science, for them, they've never heard of it back home. Yeah. So when they hear, what do you want to do? So if you bring anything they've heard of, they'll be like, all right, journalist, all of that stuff, they'll be like, you know what? All right. But because they've never heard of it in their time, it did not exist. You know? Yeah. That's why they think, what? So same way you just said drama. Nah, come on, drama. You've not really heard of it much, you know what I mean? So
I'll be real. I studied drama in GCSE. I got an A.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't something I was going to pursue because I'm
but that's irrelevant.
But
you might as well tell me about pet goldfish you had when you were 8 years old.
He said you don't know nothing, like a lot about drama. If my kid, like I studied that shit. If my kid, I'll take it that far. You're gonna study in
well, are you actually gonna claim a GCSE as a qualification? Like,
Are
you seriously? That means I studied geography.
You know what I mean? The way you shoot something down.
No, I'm not shooting it down. I'm saying to the guy, yo, listen, I'll do it on the side.
Let him land.
You can even do an A levels. How about that? But to go and study something university means you're gonna pay 9K for it.
That's what your parents say as well, though. That's what your parents say. They say if you want to do it, on the side or whatever.
No, okay,
and
let
that
me,
is
let,
amazing.
me, let me keep it 100. Let me keep it 100 if you right. Some of my parents don't support this at all, right?
They don't support
we all
creative,
know
yeah.
that. Okay, we all know that. But what I'm saying to you, if say you are watching this right now and you are a creative of some sort, you can do whatever you want to do on the side. Trust me, like you can put in the hours on the side until you get good enough to be putting it, like to make it your main job.
Yeah.
That's what that's my advice to you. Study something. We've done this in the podcast before. We said that you should study something that's that you're interested in. Make sure you don't study something that you're not interested in, but study something you're interested in, but also has also has the bread that comes with it, like the money that's gonna come from it, and the job security that's gonna come from it. Study that, but don't just dive into something because you know you love it. I know this life is short and stuff, but you need some sort of security, like you need some sort of job prospect and all that kind of stuff. So that would be my genuine advice to anyone that's like wants to study something creative. You don't need to study like you don't need to study film and like how to edit. You can do that by yourself. You don't need to study Photoshop. You can do that by yourself. Anything, you don't need to study art. You can do that by yourself. You can go to libraries and like there's so many YouTube tutorials. I learned how to edit through YouTube tutorials. Do you get me? So yeah, that's my advice to them.
There's also like another way to look at it from my perspective. Now, I agree with everything you've just said. By the way, at the start you were a bit iffy, but now you brought the point together quite well. So I like that. But another way to look at it as well is like rich people from rich backgrounds end up smarter than people from poor backgrounds. It's a statistical fact. Like that is the way it is. Right. And the reason isn't because these people are just genetically superior and they're smart. It's not because of that. It's because when a parent is rich and when you got that income 80, 90 or 100k per year, you can afford to take your kid to piano class, you can afford to take your kid to French classes outside of school, you can afford to do more things with your children. Now if you're not making ends meet, that's going to affect your kids. Right. And that's going to mean that they're not going to have the best start in life possible. So what our parents, how they'd be looking at it is they've not been able to give us the greatest beginning point, but they're going to do everything so that we grow up and become comfortable and our grandkids are extra comfortable. So there's also that perspective to look at it.
Also, like you also have to be good at what you want to do, like some sort of talent there. So you can't just love something and spend 15-20 years trying to become good at it, because that's a waste of time.
But you will become good at it if you put the hours.
No, but sometimes let's say some people, I know young kids that want to become footballers. Do you know the statistics for a footballer? Yeah. 1 in 100,000 kids become a footballer.
But that's your dream, isn't it?
It's your dream, but
sometimes good ain't good enough, bro.
Yeah. Imagine that 1 in 100,000. Some people just do it for the money. I'm not saying don't do it at all. But some kids, you ask them, why do you want to do it? Because Cristiano Ronaldo earns 400k in a week.
For the love of the money.
For the love of the money.
Money is not good enough.
It's not good enough excuse. So if you are just doing it for money or for other reasons, then there's a lot easier ways to get money. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like have some sort of talent or spend a bit of time and try to see if this is for you. Like if you've got the skill for it. If you don't, then
But I genuinely encourage every single one of you to find something you're passionate about.
100%.
Because you don't want to be sad for the rest of your life or just be average in something for the rest of your life. That's a horrible life to live. So do find something you're passionate in, and the thing is, okay, but if someone was to pursue something like art, right, and they were to get good at it, and they were to make money from it, they would break that barrier, wouldn't they? Or they would break that. But then I think some other parents would still dismiss it. They'd be like, "Yo, that's one in like what? How many people?"
I've got a friend, a very close friend of mine who previously he wanted to go into coaching and stuff.
Right.
And everyone was saying, "What? Yo, listen, you need to do something real. Come on, man. What the hell is coaching? What are you gonna get out of it?" And now he's made it to a certain stage in life where, like, mashallah, you've done well. We knew you could do it. You know what I mean? Like that whole, mashallah, you've done well. This, and then they would talk about him and be like, you know what? Look at that. He's actually getting a lot of money. He's traveling the world. But I remember a few years ago they were laughing at him. What kind of thing is that? What they're doing? Yeah. So it is. We're at that stage in life where we're breaking, barriers. We're the first generation to do everything. So. Be patient with them. Of course, they don't know much about half of these subjects and all of these creative side of things. Technology is new, you know what I mean? So they don't know a lot about it. Just be patient and try it.
Stick to it, man.
Stick to it. If you really want to do it, then go for it.
The thing is as well, like the best way to not prove them wrong, but just the best way to show them is by genuinely showing them. So anyone can talk that talk. Anyone can be like, yo, I want to do this, I want to do that. But until you actually do it and you actually produce whatever you want to produce. So say you're a photographer, I want to see an exhibition. You know what I'm saying? Invite your parents to your exhibition and be like, hey, look at these photos of the people that I've taken the photos of, and look at the amount of people who have turned up to watch me, to watch my exhibition. If you're an artist, same thing. Like if you do art, same thing. If you do videos, then show your parents your videos on YouTube and be like, yo, mom, like, pops, this is what I do, and they will be proud of you when they see
that you're good at it and you're trying.
Like, but that's the thing. Like, if you are just gonna talk to your parents and be like, hey, I want to study this, I want to study that, then they need that. They need the evidence because they worked. You gotta understand it from their perspective. They worked their asses off to get here. They worked every single day and came to England or came to America or came to Sweden, Denmark, or whatever you guys are watching it from. They came here and they were basically refugees, and they worked and they managed to produce this opportunity for us. So for us to turn around and say to them, yo, listen, I don't want to study, engineering or medicine or like anything lawyer like that, but I want to do something else, then they need the evidence to see
reassurance.
Reassurance.
They want to know what's good for you. So don't take it to heart, to say the least. Like, it's just, to them, it's like, are you sure you want to do this? To them, it's like a little kid that doesn't know what toy he wants in the thing. You know what I'm saying? In Toys R Us, like, oh, actually, I want that bike. And then you see another bike, you're like, yeah, I want that bike. So, just be sure of who you are and be sure of what you want to do.
Show them you're a grown-ass man or a woman.
Yeah, and you can handle your own in it. And then until you do that, you'll always be questioned in it. So,
boom.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. But yeah, we hope you answered your question. That was a really good question. That's been something that we wanted to speak about on here for a while. And here's the video for it. So you guys let us know what you think below. And if you're going through the same stuff and how you
deal with it. How did you deal with it?
So comment below, and there's a link in the description below where you can send in questions where we will answer them. So subscribe, like, and comment, yo.
Peace.
I dig.
Yes.